You won. You got it. You want to embarrass us? You don't embarrass the giant. You don't embarrass the Soviet star, and you sure as hell don't embarrass the man. Now, hold this for me because I got to get a little loud. Maestro, forgive me for I boil over the top just a little bit. Johnny Blast, yes, I'll give due where credit is due, and there is a tiny bit of credit to be given to you, Johnny Blast, but you are stupid like the rest of these people in West Virginia, but none bigger than you, Maestro. Do you think you've got the deck stacked in your favor? Do you think the chips are at an all-time high and now you're going all in? Do you know who you are dealing with? This is the preeminent force in Mountain State Wrestling. And if you can't pay attention, of course, I went outside the confines of West Virginia because there is not a soul among you people worthy. I've gotten my big giant from Canada. I've got my Soviet missile. You understand what you are in for? 6-man war. Tell him, comrade.
Tonight, Stro, I have chased you a long time. Strozilla, tonight the Soviet star is gonna crush you down. Johnny Blast is coming. This Army of Darkness, the champ. You don't have a chance. What about it?
Nick Dinsmore! Stro! Johnny Blast! It doesn't matter! I'm here with the champ! The world champ! And the Soviet Russian star! Tonight, we end someone's career. Whether it's yours, Stro, whether it's yours, Johnny Blast, or maybe you, Nick Dinsmore. You want to come in here and play games with us? You want to get in the champ's business? Guess what? Game over. You're just our next step towards immortality. Maestro, Eugene, Johnny Blast, every single one of you in West Virginia. Come one, come all. You all will fall. Today, Mountain State Wrestling, it's not about titles, it's about personal pride, and it's about vendettas. Adam Pearce, Lance Erikson, Boris Dragoff. I'll admit last week I was nervous, but I know now I can hang with the best in the world, and that's what I've got with me right here. The best in the world. Eugene, the Maestro, and Johnny Blast are coming for you. 6-man action, tonight's main event.
I always wanted to be in a main event, you know what I mean? I come here to Mountain State Wrestling, to NWA Mountain State. I might not be here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. And tonight, we're going to be hanging and banging and thugging and bugging and having a good time. Tell them, baby.
That's right. That's right. That's right. 3 of the baddest dogs you ever seen in your life. Against 3 more bad dogs. The NWA World Champ Adam Pearce. The Soviet Superman, Boris Dragoff. And that big bad Canadian, Baya, Lance Erikson. Bring it down, boys. We got the wild man, the craziest heck man, and Strozilla, the Godzilla man, gonna breathe fire all over ya. Adam Pearce, like I said before, when it's all said and done, you will know my name. You will know it spelled correctly. And you will go tell Bob Trowbridge in the NWA, no disrespect, but Stro is here to stay. And Stro will not stop. And I repeat, will not stop until the NWA title is mine. Because we, Blast, Eugene, and Stro is forever, 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 ooh la la.
in this corner right here. This one's given by Mike Draven. He is the best Russian wrestler, the Soviet star, Boris Dragoff, and his tag team partners, the Canadian Lion, Erikson, and the four-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, weighing at 242 pounds from San Diego, California, introducing Scrap Lion, Adam Pearce.
Hey, Dum Dum, give the champ back his robe.
Their opponents. First, right over here in this corner, is the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, introducing Johnny Blaze. And his tag team partners, introducing the Maestro of Wrestling. And last but not least, former WWE superstar, the pride of Legal Kentucky, Louisville, Eugene. His last match, referee Ryan.
Wow. Okay. This has all the pomp and circumstance, all the intrigue of a court of kings, and I'm telling you, how could you expect anything more than what we've already seen in this match? What next after this?
Well, I could expect a wrestling hold. That would be nice.
Well, if we
have
can
a
ever get
wrestling
to
hold
it.
for a wrestling match.
Man, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, getting into it with the fans.
How the heck does Eugene keep finding work?
He stumbles blindly into it. He stumbled blindly into a WWE Tag Team Championship with Lord William Regal.
He stumbled blindly into the building with a pair of boots that didn't have laces. He asked Leonard Sims to help him tie his shoes. Then Leonard Sims had to find somebody that knew how to do it for him.
Louisville, Eugene. Man, the crowd is full on into this. 2 weeks ago, right here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling, Louisville, Eugene took on the Canadian Lion, Lance Erikson from Princeton, West Virginia, and ended in a no contest.
Sure did. But if it had ended in a no contest, which it shouldn't have, you can bet your bottom dollar Lance Erikson was steamrolled right all over top of Louisville, Eugene, just like he has everybody else.
The world champion tearing up the fan signs at the ringside with all the glee of a man taking candy from a baby. This is set up by three guys who aren't taking anymore. They've had enough. Maestro, Blast, Eugene have had enough. And the world champion mocking the Maestro at ringside.
Now watch how we do this here tonight in Hinton.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your NWA four-time world heavyweight champion saying, watch how we do this in Hinton.
Well, that sounds like some good advice. We're going to watch how we do it here at the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA Mountain State Wrestling.
That's right. Flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance. Right here. Fox, West Virginia. Right here. Whoa, Eugene marking on the Canadian Lion here. Guys, this is television time remaining.
Can somebody tell me who the legal man for the team of Blastro and Lord Court Jester are all stupid?
Let me tell you, if you have had the run-ins with these Army of Darkness men, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce and Lance Erikson that these men have, would you want to leave one of your team alone in the ring?
Well, if they don't get to the outside, we're never going to see a start to the contest.
Well, this is television.
I thought they had heart. Isn't that what you always talk about with guys like Stro and Blast and Eugene? They have heart.
They've got heart, but at least two of them in the ring have brains enough not to turn their back on their opponent before they're darn good and ready.
Well, that's a very mean thing to imply that the Stro doesn't have brains.
You are, wow. Hey, Eugene's got a Lance sign, and the fans are saying,
disrespect for the world champion, your life.
I don't know.
He makes a valid point. The fans have been very disrespectful towards Pearce.
And he's made sure that the NWA knows this for 3 weeks running.
Can't blame the guy for being honest, you know. He and I, we got off on a bad foot, you know. He comes in here, I get excited, I want to see our guys win the world title, but I forgot the guys we were sending out were yellow-bellied cowards like the Maestro of Wrestling, Johnny Blast, who choked for us a combined total of 3 times. If we wanted to bring home the world title, we should have sent a guy out like Lance Erikson. Adam Pearce knows the guys like Lance Erikson has the ability to succeed on the top level. That's why he's partners with him. He knows a guy like Boris Dragoff has the ability to succeed on the top level. That's why he's partners with him.
And that's also, I guess, why Scrap Iron Adam Pearce feigned a lockup and tagged in the Canadian Lion.
Because he has faith in him.
Guys, I'm telling you, the wild card in this situation, you can boil it down to a wild card for each team. The wild card for the Army of Darkness and Lance Erikson and Scrap Iron Adam Pearce will be Mike Draven. The wild card for the team of the Maestro, Johnny Blast, and Louisville Eugene is going to be how sick of taking the crap, the beatdowns, and the interfering in matches that these 3 men are. There's the Maestro shooting them off, taking a shoulder tackle from the big Canadian. Whoa, and a hip toss now. Scoop slam on the big Russian by the television champion. Oh, and chopping him down.
Dragoff, though, coming in.
Big hip toss now. And a big chop. What's Pearce going? Pearce is coming in.
All right, business time. World champ's in.
Holy cow.
World champ knows better. He knows better. Throw ahead of steam. Pearce cut it off.
Wow.
Well, whatever. Pearce doing the smart thing. He's stopping this momentum right now.
Smart, indeed. Indeed, smart. I don't know what Mike Draven's asking the referee for.
Maybe a little bit of control on this one. So just unloading on everybody and for no good reason.
Oh, no good reason. Fed up. Fed up. They've had to tighten up their belts. They've had to suck up their belts and take eating crow at the hands of these guys for at least the past month. For them, it's payback time. And they want to bring the fans of NWA Mountain State right there with them. Johnny Blast now the champion, locking up with Lance Erikson. Whoa, Lance Erikson taking the wrist. Lance Erikson still having an open contract thanks to the no contest decision against Eugene. Louisville Eugene still being able to participate thanks to that same no contest.
Lance Erikson with a good opportunity right now to fill out the heavyweight champion of Mountain State Wrestling. He still has that shot down the line when he wants it, but this is a good time for him to gauge the abilities of Johnny Blast.
Johnny now going for an upper wrist lock, and Lance goes to the ropes. Not necessarily because he can't stand the pain necessarily, but again, breaking up the momentum.
And did you hear Adam Pearce questioning the referee's 5 count there? Ref very slow. He's absolutely right about that. You know, like I said, Pearce and I, we got off on the wrong foot, but I'd like to think that he has mutual respect for me now.
Does Pearce have respect for anyone, especially anyone in West Virginia here?
I think he might respect me now. 3 weeks of listening to my brilliant commentary and playback.
Oh, okay. Well, look at Lance Erikson, the big, agile Canadian. Wow. Johnny Blast came up ready. Look at the look in Blast's eyes. He's fed up. He's ready.
I think he's also a little bit surprised. Sometimes you look at a guy like the Canadian Lion, you think power all the way, but he's a very sound technical wrestler as well.
Agile. He showed off his agility just now into a scientific maneuver. Wow, Dragoff not being scientific right now.
The Soviet Star not looking to start this one off slow. He wants to go in there. He wants to be the first man to make the statement. He wants to be the first man to control the pace.
Oh, and the champ and the Russian are going to trade chops.
The Russian cuts him off, though, sends him off the ropes. Big back elbow, and that's going to put Blast down on the mat.
Blast took a lot of abuse in his past couple of matches, including a pile driver at the hands of one Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, allowing Adam Pearce to retain his title. Oh, Blast blocked a shot, but took a knee to the midsection. And here's a tag to the Canadian Lion. They're keeping the world champion out of the ring for right now.
Double team attempt. And they connect there. Looked like a combination back elbow and a clothesline. And it was very effective against Blast. I'm glad you mentioned that pile driver, Dean. And let's go in and add on to that the shot to the head that Blast took from the title belt.
From the title belt. Sweet Charlotte almost drawing blood here in Hinton.
And what kind of condition did that set Blast up to be in going into a big 6-man contest like this?
And now Scrap Iron Adam Pearce getting a legal tag in. He draws in the Stro. And now we've got a 3-on-1.
And you know, if there's a guy who is ideal to isolate, to do the most damage on, it's Johnny Blast. Those shots to the head he absorbed last week, those are nothing to make light of. And the 3 men he's up against right now know it.
5 minutes into this match with television time remaining here on NWA Mountain State, the broadcast of the flagship of the NWA. Your heavyweight champion reverses it and puts a foot in and a high knee into the Canadian. Can he tag?
He's going for a cover.
Determination. Just give it to Johnny Blast. He's determined. Now front face lock, and here comes Louisville Eugene. He's going to wind it up. He's biting. He's biting the Canadian Lion.
That should be a DQ. That is distasteful. That's not even sanitary.
No. He's biting the referee.
DQ, hands on the ref, DQ. Where's the DQ?
Did he take a chunk out? Man, that should have, I agree, that could have been a disqualification.
That should have been a disqualification.
Eugene's going after Mike Draven in the cheap seats. Whoa.
What is up there?
Oh, thumb to the eyes.
Oh, bless it all.
Wait a second, he's got the bell. The Canadian Lion's going to ring the bell on Louisville Eugene.
You know, if he hits Eugene in the head, I'm not sure it would be of any effect or consequence.
No, other than busting our bell. I'll agree with you, but my goodness. Jacques, you better go get the bell, man.
Lance Erikson being very cautious, as rightfully he should. Eugene, you could say he lost his mind, but he never had it to begin with. The memory that was Nick Dinsmore has faded into the past. This guy is just crazy as can be. Looney from Louisville.
And Nick, you can call him names all you want to, but he's casting his lot right here with the up-and-coming NWA Mountain State and all of our rising stars. Whoa! Man, I thought they were going to have a hand on Eugene. And I think Lance Erikson is reevaluating his position in this competition right now. He locks up. Whoa, Eugene taking the big man down with solid mat skills. Mr. Wrestling Nick Dinsmore is still flying around like a moth in the head in the light inside Eugene's head.
Yeah, but he's not the one that gets the focus. The one that gets the focus is Eugene. But still, some fantastic amateur-style wrestling from Eugene.
But making use of the professional ropes. Lance Erikson got a rope break there.
Yeah, come on.
Scrap Iron Adam Pearce falling into the ring, trying to get his hands on Louisville Eugene. I don't think I've ever seen our champion, our world champion, this disheveled.
Well, the NWA board would never allow a guy like Eugene a world title shot. He's a black mark on the entire sport.
Well, his mind may be questionable, but his actions are sound. His heart is sincere. And I think he would make a brilliant addition to the roll call of champions. But he would have to go through one Scrap Iron Adam Pearce to get there, and that's no easy task. Boris Dragoff in the ring now with Louisville Eugene, and gets the man in the corner, the big Soviet star, the moniker that you yourself instilled upon him.
All right.
Clean break.
Business time. And look at that look on the face of Dragoff. He isn't thrown off by the mind games.
Oh!
Right on top of him.
From fair to ferocious.
Did he say yell? Oh, no.
Well, you can't hit Eugene in the head and think it's going to do any good. Oh, no. He's going to ride him like a Cossack Bronco.
And he's going to suffer a single leg takedown from behind.
Nose straight to the canvas. He rode Dragoff like a Cossack Bronco across the steps.
I hate to admit it, but the Russian looks a little bit unsettled by that.
And that doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. He's not thrown off. What?
I'm not even calling that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to touch that one with a 10-foot pole, literally.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get a character who transcends the sport, who transcends his place in the wrestling industry. Eugene is one of them. Louisville Eugene, a perennial crowd favorite. And right here in NWA Mountain State, he has become a valuable asset to his friends, Ricky Shane, the Maestro, and Johnny Blast.
You know, those are very high words of praise, considering that's a man who spends the majority of his time in a match with his mouth on a referee's tuchus.
Test of strength now, Boris Dragoff coming out on the upper hand.
And Dragoff's really taking it to Eugene. And I personally couldn't be any happier. That court gesture deserves to have every bone in his body broken for bringing this humor to a man's business, a man's sport.
You can be as condescending as you want to, but Louisville Eugene has earned his spot in our ring, so like it or not, he's here. Hey, looky there, he rolls through and gets the upper hand on your big Russian.
And
what now?
Well, the crowd solidly behind Eugene, who you say earned his spot in this business. I can't argue with that. Unfortunately, a basic IQ test isn't part of the qualifications to be a wrestler.
No, most all of us would be out of it. I mean, who wants to choose a profession where you're going to spend half your time beating up somebody and the other half getting the stuffing beat out of you? It takes a real man to be a wrestler. And these guys keeps trading back and forth. Only now has the handlock been broken with the TV champion getting tagged in. Big setup, big splash now by the TV champion on the Russian.
And that is a lot of girth to have coming down on top of you.
Big clubbing blows now across the Soviet sternum. Mike Draven demands that the stop, but it's a legal blow. Those are forearm shivers. Has he been beaten unconscious? Is he breathless? Pearce is in. Pearce breaks up the pin with a big hard boot.
Pearce protecting his investment in this match. He has a very vested interest in the outcome. This is his last appearance on Mountain State Wrestling before saying goodbye to the Mountain State for a while, and he doesn't want to leave the fans with a memory of him losing under any circumstances.
But he's made it very public. He's looking forward to leaving. Big shot now by Boris Dragoff, but he walks into a big chop by the Maestro. Maestro's looking to capitalize. Shoots him across there. There goes the big Russian. Oh, and a big knee to the chin. Wow, Stroh right back on top of him with the chop. Sets him up, big elbow.
And the TV champ standing tall at the moment.
He calls for a boot from the heavyweight champion. And Dragoff meets it. Eugene gets tagged back in against Dragoff. Big chop across the forehead now. He's going to send him back. Whoa, he stops him. He just sent Eugene in. He clubbed the nose. Oh, he's going to burn him across the top rope.
And that's a good follow-up there. He started off throwing Eugene's head into the top turnbuckle. Not sure how effective that is. But he left Eugene over in the corner there. And Pearce and Erikson just waylaid him. And very, very good job on their part. That absolutely eradicated the thought that Eugene's going to see some offense anytime soon. Look at the follow-up.
A chain choke. Jacques, this can't happen in this match, Jacques.
Man, this is baloney right here. I mean, for the best Russian, why's he got to go in there and use that chain for it like that on Eugene? I'll tell you, that's just not even fair.
It's a funny thing. Eugene came to the ring with a mop, and it was taken from him. But these guys carry chains and all kinds of stuff into the ring. And now Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, our world champion, the legal man in. And now he's going to tear at the face of Louisville Eugene.
And look at Stroh, worried about his friend Eugene.
And all three men in the ring. I thought they were all three going to work a number on Eugene. No tag, no tag.
Cry, cry, cry. Couldn't care less. You say this is a man's sport? Just because he has the mind of a child is no reason to cry and weep for him. He made his decision to get involved in this business. He made the decision to get beaten around by men like Erikson, Pearce, and Dragoff. And that's the only part of his decision I'm happy with, that he made the decision to come out here and take punishment from guys like that.
I know that you have no respect whatsoever in your heart for most of our roster here. But Eugene now firing back, trying to reach his corner, and the big Dragoff is going to cut the ring off.
Dragoff really cinching in that front face lock on Eugene. Picking him up to a vertical base, bringing him back over to the corner.
Eugene in a front face lock now. A little bit of a choke perhaps, and I mean now a definite choke over there outside the ring. Call that what you want, but you better call that what it was.
I didn't see it. I saw Dragoff trying to advise the referee on how best to do his job.
Yeah, the best thing for him to do would have been to turn around, quit buying that as he tags in the world champion, and watch Mike Draven on the outside.
Did something happen?
Yeah, you missed it as usual. That was an open shot, but that's not.
He's got 5 seconds.
And he took 4.5 of it, didn't he?
Well, he's got to step up on the people here in Hinton. He knows when the number 5 comes. It's after 4 for those of you at home that don't know.
Abdominal stretch applied by the heavyweight champion of the world. You say whatever you want to, but the National Wrestling Alliance World Championship, although he's stretching the rules, he is the champion, and he is the most important wrestler in the world.
Nothing wrong with stretching the rules as long as you stay within them.
That's outside of the rules, though.
What?
An assist on an abdominal stretch.
It's illegal. It doesn't cost a DQ.
Only if it's seen and not broken in a count of 5.
They got 5 seconds.
He's got it now. They made the break.
Didn't even count there. Breach of protocol.
Great desperation hip toss now by Louisville Eugene. Sends the champion to his back. But now Pearce is between Eugene and the friendly corner.
A couple feet in the ring is a lifetime away. Eugene still has a lot of distance covered. Drop toe hold, and tag to Erikson's going in that dream for the moment.
Erikson now capitalizing on the fact that the world champion had Louisville Eugene in a drop toe hold. Stro is livid. Blast wants in bad. And now a very satisfied with himself Mike Draven urging on his men from outside the ring.
And Erikson's got to be excited about the position he's in right now. 2 weeks ago, he took it to Eugene, and he thought he was going to send him out of Mountain State Wrestling forever. He didn't get to do that. A no contest messed that up for everyone. But today, with a weakened Eugene, he is whoa, hey! Not fair, Stro. This week, though, he has an opportunity to rectify the mishap of the past and put Eugene out to pasture.
Lance Erikson cinching in a tight rear chin lock. And the Stro, Johnny Blast, eyeball to eyeball with their teammate, urging him on. Mike Draven, he's a catalyst. He assists not only in mental work, but he gets physically involved in his men's matches.
That sounds like the qualities of a very successful manager.
I'll have to agree as Eugene fires back on the line. Whoa! A thumb to the eye. Payback for what happened out here.
Sounds fair to me.
Erikson sends an exhausted Eugene off the ropes, hits a big elbow, and slugs the Stro.
Very nice.
Here comes the Stro in. He's fed up. He's had enough. He's going after him. Going after him.
Look at Erikson, though. The entire time Stro was in there chasing after him, he stayed out of the way, and he kept a hold of Eugene.
Slick move. I hand it to the Canadian Lion. That was a slick move.
That's the mind of a veteran.
And the mind of a man who is wearing his opponent down. Eugene's eyes are closed. His arm is limp. Big time. There's a 1.
You know, we could see him go out here. He's been focusing on that neck for a while.
That's 2. No, Eugene is still in it. Eugene is still in it.
Well, Eugene's trying to draw off of everyone here. He's trying to get himself back into this one.
And the fans are getting into it.
Erikson well aware of what could happen here. He's fighting against it for all he's worth.
He's trying to keep his weight directly on his neck, but he's not successful. Eugene found his base. Eugene's got his sea legs under him.
Eugene's made his way to his feet. A reverse on the Irish whip. Erikson comes out.
High backdrop. That backdrop took a lot out of Eugene, Jacques Moliere. But Jacques, he landed
Eugene, finally coming back, but he can't make the tag. He seems like he's disfigured right now. Come on.
He looks like he's trying to tag John Lennon and George Harrison.
Eugene's in the wrong corner right now. If he's looking for a tag, he'll end up with a knuckle sandwich.
And look, he gets his tag.
Pearce is in too.
Here comes a
Does
Maestro.
this look familiar or what?
Yes, it does. He finally gets the world champ in the ring in this one.
A knife-edge shot nearly cuts Pearce in half. Stro unloading on everyone. Everyone's in the ring right now.
It's Pearce 6 brawl time right here in Hinton. Chops on the champion, elbows on the Lion.
Mike's not out here, you know, but we still got some mayhem.
Hey, we got Mike Draven waylaying the champion.
Oh, I guess we have one Mike out here.
Oh, yes! Yes! Johnny Blast takes out Mike Draven at ringside.
Poor taste, Blast.
And Stro's got the crossface on the world champion.
He's pounding away on Pearce. He's got it locked in.
Only the time limit saved the title 10 months ago. The crowd wants him to tap.
Unbelievable, Dean.
It's over. The world champion has tapped out. The world champion has tapped out.
Are you kidding me?
Guys, Maestro has proven that he can beat Scrap Iron Adam Pearce.
Eugene just gave the Maestro the world title.
It's not a win. It's not a win. But what it is, that shows Maestro that he can beat Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. People, if he can beat Scrap Iron Adam Pearce here in the middle of the ring, he can beat Scrap Iron Adam Pearce anywhere that the NWA puts them together in.
And listen to this crowd come alive. Adam Pearce heading out of Mountain State Wrestling. He couldn't be happier about that. But this is not the memory he was hoping to leave the fans with.
Guys, Stro may be holding the belt. He's not the champion yet. But he has just proven that he has what it takes to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Maestro has just proven that he can beat Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. And it's time for Bob Trowbridge and the board of directors to give him another chance to prove it. He wants the mic. He can do it. He's just proved it.
Adam Pearce, you tell NWA President Bob Trowbridge the next time we meet, this swear world title will belong to West Virginia!
And Stro got the last word in on this one, Dean.
He gives Sweet Charlotte back to Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. But the next time that Scrap Iron Adam Pearce taps out to the Stro crossface, he won't have to give Sweet Charlotte back. Sweet Charlotte will be right here in West Virginia. There's the chant of WB right here. Right here on NWA Mountain State, the Maestro has proven that he can take Scrap Iron Adam Pearce's title. And now he's demanding a chance to do it.
Meet the producers of Indie World Wrestling, Dalton Paul. Star Wars fan, live streamer, and creator of low-budget internet comedy. YouTube.com/Dalton Paul videos. Scott Gregg. Horror movie enthusiast, videographer, and avid collector of all things nostalgic. YouTube.com/ScottSlasherWorld. And Cucumber & Company, your one-stop shop for professional video production and stunning website design. YouTube.com/Cucumber & Co. or CucumberandCompany.com.